Well, hello, troopers, and welcome back to General Economics Bunker. Thank you so much for joining me here on another fine Wednesday night. How's everybody doing today? I hope that your week has been going absolutely amazing. I hope that you've been getting a ton of stuff done, and I hope that you are just smashing those goals for the month of August. Can you believe we're the 2/3 into August already? And then that basically puts us into September, and we only got a short stone throws away from the holidays. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, so passes, 2026 feels like, very fast and yet very slow at the same time. I don't know if I'm the only one. I just realized that I hit my camera and now it's pointing lower. There we go. I think that's a little bit better, right? Let me know what you think. Um, yeah. So I hope once again that you'll be having a great first half of the week. And if not, hey, tomorrow's Thursday, which already smells like Friday, right? So the weekend is just around the corner. And just hold on. Just hold on. We're almost there. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Again, that I hope that you're feeling a little bit better as a Star Wars fan. I gotta say, I am. I really am. This past week left us with quite a bit to look forward to. That's what we're here, of course, tonight to talk about. And yeah, a couple of good news that I saw today. And again, we'll talk about those later on here as well. But as always, I appreciate you joining. Thank you again. It feels good to have at least a little bit of a normal cadence. Now, unfortunately, I think next next Wednesday I'll be out for work again during the night. So um I don't know. I'm really thinking I might start doing Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't know. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you would be able to tune in on a Tuesday because I don't like not doing a live stream for a week, Um I might have to do Tuesdays every other week or so. Just because like I said, unfortunately, my work lands on exactly Wednesday night. Um so yeah, let's think about that. Let's think about that. I might just do that. Let's see. What do we got here? Well, let me say hi to the couple people that are in the chat right now. So we got our friend OBP Kenobi in the house. What's going on? And saying hello there, everyone. Appreciate you coming in, man. Thank you. By the way, I got a little bit turned around, but I forgot to ask you, but which Mysterio version is the one that's the closest to the animated show? Because I have one, but I saw you posted there's a new one online, and then there was an exclusive one previously, so I'm a little confused as to what the three um, versions are. So let me know because if the one that's available right now, if that's the most like show accurate, I might just pick it up. I love that. I love that collection. Luis in the house saying hello, General Kenobi. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. OBP says Score Black Series Devon Astra and Andrew Cass on targets 20% off sale. Yeah, man, they actually had some pretty sweet stuff. I went as soon as I saw that the 20% sale was going on with Star Wars. I went to check the Imperial. Let me get this right. The Imperial Remnant AT-AT from Micro Galaxy Squadron because I saw it live. That's on my last hunt, by the way, in case you haven't seen it. I saw it live, and that thing is really good. I really really like it. You guys know that I love Micro Galaxy Squadron, and I love AT-ATs in general. But man, so I got excited. I was like, man, 20% off. That's not bad. Maybe let me see what that comes out to. And then I went in, and sure enough, that one was only I think 11 or 12% off. And I don't know, man. I felt a little cheated. I felt a little cheated, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I don't know. It was maybe I misread it, but I could have sworn that it wasn't 20% off. Is the sale still going on? Maybe we can check here real quick. Probably not. Mm, let's see. We're going to start. It's been a long time since I've been into Target. Apparently. Oh no, yeah, it's still going on. I'm not seeing it actually. That's kind of funny, huh? Let me search for it specifically. Oh yeah, okay, here it is. Um, oh no, I'm so sorry. I totally misread that. That's completely on me. It is 20% off. It's $12 off. I'm sorry. See, that's what happens when you're a little bit dyslexic. So let me show you here what I'm talking about. Now I feel embarrassed. Well, no more so than usual. But yeah, so this is the from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. This is the Imperial Remnant AT-AT 9-inch vehicle from Micro Galaxy Squadron. As you know, they do great details. Nowadays, pretty much all of them have been pretty solid. As far as I know, I haven't been buying as many, but I really like this one. Yes, it's another AT-AT, but at least you got that, Rebels slash Macquarie look to it. So it's normally $60. Right now it's 48. So I'm so sorry. I did read this completely wrong. It's $12 off, which does constitute to 20% off. So I'm out here just lying, man. That's not nice. But yes, I saw this live, like I said, for the first time um, during my last hunt. If you haven't seen it, shameless plug, but it is up on the channel right now. And yeah, it's I really like it. It's really nice. I think the weathering on it's good. Look at the panel lining. They do a lot better job nowadays with that. That used to be a little bit of their weaker points, but I feel that now they're usually pretty good. Of course, always you can put the minifigures in there. And if I remember correctly, this one is compatible with their miniature INT4. If we can see here on the box, can I zoom in here? Doesn't look like it. I'm trying to see. Yeah, so if I don't think you can see it, but it is here. Um, the miniature INT4, which I absolutely want, man. I definitely need that one. Um, does fit into here. Kind of a missed opportunity. They should have included it, I think, with this set. Instead, they included it with the oh man, what is it with the was it the U-wing? What is that pack? Let's go back here. Yeah, with the U-wing. So the U-wing we have seen before. This is technically Seb's U-wing. It is a Target exclusive, and it is the one that includes the INT4. That mini rig. So that's a little bit odd in my opinion because I I don't remember the U-wing fighting the INT4. Again, let me know. Maybe I'm misremembering. But this is a Target exclusive, so I don't know why you would put the INT4. Here it is. Look at that beauty. I need that. I don't know why you would put him on an exclusive. I'm assuming he's got a wider release. I don't know if I could call that a Starfighter class. Look at that. That is super cute. I need that. But yeah, it would be pretty cool to actually have it to put it inside the AT-AT. Also, do you guys know if the AT-AT is larger? Because it looked larger to me, but I didn't have the other one for comparison. And then we also have more exclusive sets like this guy here, which is the let me show you here. It's the Snowspeeder and ATST. Of course, once again, this is the Target exclusive. This is the Kenner Deco type of thing that we got going on now. These are nice. Um, right now for $24, I think that's a pretty good deal because technically you get two vehicles, and they also have the same version for the Falcon. Um, this guy right here, and this one does come with lights and sounds and four minifigs, so it's not too bad. This guy right now I think is on sale for 36, so better than the 45, I think. But yeah, make sure that you are checking out your targets. You know, they do have some discounts going on. This is the ATAT. I'm sorry. Also Target exclusive. Also that sort of retro deco. Now I got this one for a nice cool. What was that? $20, I think, on clearance. I definitely could not pass that up. And I don't know. I think the height is the same, but I don't know the movie, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Um, AT-AT looked bigger to me in person, but again, I did not have the two for comparison. This one's more expensive too. It's usually $65. The other one is 60. So just keep that in mind. We also got Commander Doom. I never thought he was gonna last this long. To be honest, I never would have thought that he was just gonna be in stock forever like that. But there it is. So there's a few things. There's the Roger Roger, you know, the exclusive also for May the 4th. What else do we got? Don't be fooled. I don't think these guys are in stock. This is the RC one, which is also pretty cool. And yeah, so check out your Target. It looks like the sale is still going on. Um, I want to double check on this one right here. I've been wanting this figure. I don't know, 15 is still, but it's better for sure. But 15 is still a little bit steep for me, especially if I don't know what condition it's going to be. But yeah, let me know what you guys have picked up on the sale for Target. Most of these are 20% off. So if you're looking for something, you know, 20% off is definitely nothing to scoff at. So let me catch up here with the chat real quick. Sorry, we went a little bit of a window shopping there. Let's see. OVP says Tuesday will be okay. Hey, appreciate that, man. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, like I said, we might have to start doing Tuesdays every other week or so. The work trips are definitely getting in the way of the streams. This week's just because it got pushed for next week. So next week, like I said, there will be no stream on Wednesday. But I might try to do something on Tuesday, even if it's a shorter stream. But just just to check in, just to talk to the Bunker Bunch. You guys know that I love you, so I'll talk to you. Let's see. Hey, look who it is, Chris from the Man Collects. Hello, all. He says, "What's going on, man?" So you dropped a new Man Talks. Excuse me, I almost choked on my own spit. Um, so yeah, guys, if you enjoy toy hunting, you definitely need to be checking out my man Chris here from the Man Collects. I don't think I need to tell you because everybody follows him. My man's absolutely blowing up here on YouTube and with well-deserved fame, I think. So make sure, just in case, if you're not following him, check him out. Also check him out on Instagram as well. Hey, Chris, it's OBP. Hi, says Marta. Welcome, welcome. OBP says the current one that's up for pre-order is more accurate. Um, for pre-order. Which one, sorry? Hello there, Martha says OBP. The Mando movie ATTs is noticeably bigger. Is it? You know, I thought it was, but I don't know. Looking at the measurements here, let's see. Why don't we do this? We do have the internet. Let's do a quick check here. Let's see. Let me share this. Oh, I can't do split screen. What's going on? Let me try this again. Huh. That's a little bit weird. Okay, maybe let's do it like this. There we go. Okay, so we got both of them. First of all, price difference of $5. But then let me see here. So this one says 9 inches tall. There was one with all the measurements on it. No, thank you. Where is that? 9.5. So this one is taller, apparently. Man, I could have sworn we had a one with all the measurements. Maybe not. Yeah, okay. Maybe not. So maybe this one's just wider than. Trying to see if they have the picture, but they don't have the one with the person for reference. So anyway, regardless, it is a very very cool um entry into the micro galaxy, and it's on sale right now. So if you really really want it, you can get it for 20% off. Or as I incorrectly mentioned before, and sorry about that again, it is actually $12 off. So all right, let's keep going here. Who else we got here? We got Brick Creation 77. There are so many collectible possibilities running out of space. Hope everyone's having a wonderful evening. Oh, appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. Yes, I have run out of space like 5 times over already. So the bad part, it's not bad. Okay, the difficult part for me is that they're finally making a lot of figures that about characters that I've been wanting for a long time. Case in point, at Rebels Comic Con, I picked up the 2 pack of the Jedi Temple Guards for Black Series, and we've known those characters for what, like what is that, like 10 years? No, more than that actually. No, yeah, like 10 years maybe. But my point is that we've had those characters for a long time. Previous to that, there had only been one figure, which I have somewhere back there, and that one kind of skyrocketed in price because it was really the only time they were shown right on the Rebels line, and it's not even a particularly like great figure. It's a good figure for sure, but it's not like amazing, articulation or otherwise. It's just the only time they offer the character for years. Now we finally got him in Black Series, and so yeah, I had to pick him up. I actually really like the presentation for that 2 pack, but again, it's just now I got a 2 pack, to worry about, another big box, then where to put it, all of that stuff. So, which by the way, I think I might do a poll here on YouTube or on my socials in general. But I'll let you guys, in a little preview here. So you guys see, oops, these 2 rows behind me, right? Those two. So half of this row is all autographs for the vintage collection, and the other half is actual vintage carded figures. But I've been adding more autographs. So right now I have three. Then three, yeah, three that I need to put up there. So that's already gonna be the majority of that row. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to move all of the vintage stuff, and I'm either gonna have to put it on this top one and remove some of these items and maybe rotate them out, or I'm not even sure, or because I kind of think it would look nice with all of them being 3.75 carded figures, but at the same time I kind of like the way these are, like the bigger packs. And so I'm like I said, not entirely sure what to do. I don't know if I should combine them with those or just get rid of all of those that are not standard carded figures and leave more space for the vintage stuff up there. I don't know. So I'll take a couple of pictures and then maybe I'll let you guys help me decide. OEP says I have the AT-AT size comparison map coming. Oh, perfect. Yes, let's do that. So make sure you guys tuned in. OBPK, yes, OBPK Kenobi here on YouTube. Bricks Race, I feel like I'm feeling it. Yeah. She says, I keep rearranging my house. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, here in the bunker, it's looking like almost like a real bunker, like something actually went off in here because I just had my internet replaced. What was that, Monday? No, no, no. Last week. I'm sorry. This was last week. I'm finally, onto Google Fiber, and it's great. I love it, but it was a major tear up to like my setup, my server, my NAS, blah blah blah. So everything is kind of just thrown about with wires. You can't see it. It's back there. That's besides my computer, and so that's already like a pending item that I need to rearrange, rewire some of that stuff. Um, Not to mention some other stuff in other rooms that are affected by that. And that's just like a small portion. That's like the logistics portion, or like the internet portion. Don't even get me started on the collection stuff. Like I said, I definitely don't have any more space. Remember, you don't have to hold on to everything. That's something that I'm having a lot of trouble with lately. But I'm slowly realizing that I will not be able to keep everything that I want to keep. So some changes are gonna have to happen here. It's the picture of the mysterious. Oh, okay. Thank you, thank you. I'll check them out right now. Yeah, because like I said, if the accurate one is the available one, then I'll take it. Uh, okay. So this is the current pre-order, and the previous. Okay, is the current pre-order the one that's more accurate to the show? And this is what I'm talking about, guys. Sorry to realize I'm not sharing. So this is the pre-order that OBP Kenobi Relics published, and then this was the one that this one I missed. I know that, but I have the old one, the first one. And so my question is, because I don't remember that well, to be honest, which one is more accurate to the show? Let me know if this one is the more accurate to the show, to the cartoon. Then I'll order this right now. Okay. Bricks Racing says, I feel like I'm running out of space all the time. I keep rearranging my house. Yeah, I hear you. Doing someone got you. Hey everyone, says Archer. What is going on, brother? Thanks so much for coming in, man. Guys, if you haven't, you need to be catching up. I've still yet to catch up all the way with Archer's SDCC coverage. Good stuff for sure. Make sure that you are subscribed, and make sure you're tuning in every Thursday night, and it's around 7:15 p.m. Central Time. So he does a great show. Hey, nerds, it's OBP. Hey, Obi, says nerd affiliated. The other one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think the current pre-order is more accurate. The current one. Okay. What do you think, Archer? Yeah, let me know. Let me know, guys, because literally based on what you tell me right now, I'll pre-order it. I like the release before the current one. Okay, so the exclusive one from last year. Is that what you're saying? I'm so confused. Okay, so I want to take a couple of minutes here and address something that has been going on, especially here on Instagram. That is something that is near and dear to my heart, to be honest, and something that's not necessarily great. So let me pull it up so I can show you a little bit better of what I'm talking about. How do okay, how do I search here? Okay, couldn't find the search bar. Okay, and I want to show you while his profile is still active, because that's coming down soon. So let's talk about this here for a little bit. So for those of you who are in the toy community, toy hunting or not, just collecting, Steve Evans. Steve Evans is the senior or head, design director at Hasbro for both Marvel and Star Wars. So big lines. Now, Steve, or Mr. Stevie, as a lot of us know him, because of his social media handle, has always been really good, really active. Keeping up with the announcements. He's a collector himself. He has a YouTube channel. He goes to conventions when he's able to. I got the absolute pleasure of meeting him and interviewing him last San Diego Comic Con, and he was great. He gave me a full tour of Hasbro's booth. You can tell that he loves what he does. most of the time. So um, recently, and I'm gonna blaze through this. Okay, I don't want the whole stream to be about this, but I do want to talk about it. So recently at San Diego Comic Con, Hasbro announced a couple of sets. One in particular that it was the uh, not even letting me display it. It was the INT4 from the Vintage Collection. Nope. Okay. You want to work now? While this thing refreshes, it was the INT4 figure or vehicle and figure set from maybe I can show it here from the Vintage Collection. So this is what it looks like, and this is from the Vintage Collection, and I was trying to see if this would have it. Oh my lord, did he take down this post? Okay, regardless, it was announced at San Diego Comic Con, and the price was announced to be, I believe, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was announced to be $55 or somewhere around those lines. And we were all super impressed uh, and happy, of course, because it's a good, uh, detailed vehicle, one that's very near and dear to our hearts, to us like older folk that lived through, the mini rig era, and those of us who play with those, when we were kids. And so, um, it was basically announced. Everybody was super happy. Everybody liked it. Everybody's ready for it. However, by the time of release, the price ended up being $79.99. So, um, $80, right? So quite a big difference. Now, the us fans are not that nice a lot of the times, especially when they do stuff like that, especially when we all get excited about something and it's basically, they pull the rug from under us. So a lot of people did not buy the vehicle. A lot of people, were definitely vocal about the price change, right? And let me see if I they even show it here. Yeah, so this guy here. And again, it's a nice vehicle. Like there's nothing inherently like wrong with it. It's actually pretty good. It comes with why am I forgetting his name? But anyway, the Imperial Remnant with soft goods. It's nice. It's actually designed to fit in the Vintage Collection AT-AT. So that I thought that was a great sort of backwards compatible, item. Which, yeah, I love that. But yeah, as you can see, the price is $80. And so, oh, and I'm sorry, and I forgot the other, the cherry on top is that it was announced to be a wide release, and it actually ended up being an exclusive. I don't know if you can see that here. So yeah, it ended up being an exclusive, and then, like I said, considerably more expensive. So there was a big backlash, right? A big yeah, people were just very, very unhappy, and of course they took to social media, and of course they took to Mr. Stevie's profile, right? Because again, he is kind of the face, and he interacts with us. Anyway, long story short, yeah, he is kind of. I'm sorry for the green. I didn't put this background, okay? But yeah, he's kind of leaving. So he deactivated his Instagram, and then he had to reactivate it to basically get his content out of there. Um, yeah, so that's it. He's leaving us. He's leaving Instagram. He did mention he might be back, or he might be active in a more of a I guess separating, right, his work from his fandom. Uh, but I don't know. I think he's gonna take a break for a little bit. I believe his YouTube is still up, but I do believe he is also I don't want to say canceling, but definitely putting on pause his live streams. He did live streams on Sunday, basically talking about toys. Like I said, this guy's one of us. So, as you can see, he's got comments disabled. But if you're able to, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys head out to the his last stream and maybe just leave a couple of words of encouragement. Like I said, I think he was very unfairly treated. Let's be clear. This man does not have a single say into how much an item costs. All right, that's not even his department. Okay, it's not even close to his department. He's the design. He tries to keep in line with the design language of other toys, and of course, those come in in certain categories, so he has to keep to those categories. And because of those categories, then there is a sort of price bracket that those items will be. But the point is that yeah, I just it sucks because now less and less people actually involved in the industry are gonna want to interact with fans, right? And Hasbro, um you may have your opinion. I don't particularly like the way the company does things a lot of the times, but their designers, they're basically the guys that do interact with us collectors during the conventions. All of those guys are great. Okay, all of those guys are great. They always have time for the fans. They always take time to explain stuff. Like I said, I got a full like complete booth tour from him, and him being a director, right? He didn't really have to do that, and he explained to me various lines and various products, and he was amazing. Okay. uh and you can tell these people are passionate about the work, right? Now, should he himself had been maybe a little bit more vigilant between the announcement of San Diego Comic-Con and him saying it's like, hey, I've made other products in that same scale and line that were not $55. They were more expensive. So maybe somebody in marketing needs to take another close look at that. Now, Hasbro on Hasbro's account, they published a an acknowledgement. I can't call it an apology. Okay, they published an acknowledgement about, yes, we messed up, um, and yes, he or the price is the price because that's what the price is, and yeah, it's up for pre-order. However, they put it on a story on Instagram, which is now gone. So I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the way I don't like the way they handle it. So unfortunately, Mr. Steve, took the brunt of it, and then actual Hasbro, all they do as an apology is say, "Yeah, we messed up, but here it is. It is an exclusive, and it is more expensive. Here you go. Pre-orders are open. Buy." Right? Because again, they put on a story. For those of you not familiar with social media, the stories expire in 24 hours. So that apology was only visible for 24 hours. Again, not a great look in my opinion. In my opinion, first of all, it should have been a full on post. Second, okay, realistically, they were not gonna honor the original announcement price. But you know they could have done something like symbolic, 5% off, right? 5% off for the first, whatever, how many people order it, or just for today, as an apology, 5% off. Here it is. Or you know what? We're gonna keep it at full price, but we are gonna give you a coupon to use on a vintage collection figure, right? Something like that. I don't know. The point is that it, it's all the same to them, right? It's like, yeah, no, we kind of messed up, but anyway, give us your money. So I don't know. I was heavily thinking about pre-ordering it at the $55 because I was like, that's great. That needs to be rewarded. All right. That needs so I was like, I'm gonna vote with my wallet, as I like to call it. Um I obviously did not pre-order it at the current price. Will I get it later on? Maybe during a sale or secondhand or something like that. Or as many of us have been posting on Instagram and things like that, I'll just wait until Ross gets it next year. So yeah. Which, by the way, Ross is I'm sure they're about to gear up for the next holiday season. So start checking your Ross, okay, if you haven't. Archer, I'm looking at you. I know you got a new Ross. So all right. Speaking of Archer, he says the Walmart release from last year. I have the Walmart release. Might be swapping it for the new. Oh, okay. I was shocked that it's the same price as the Black Series ATRT. Yeah, yeah. I did order the ATRT because that was the San Diego exclusive, which I wanted. Um, let's see. Is it still available? Yep, actually, it's still available, which is kind of crazy, huh? Wait, which one is out right now? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. So I did order this guy. This is the exclusive from San Diego Comic Con, and it's still in stock. So it just goes to show you, people again are voting with their wallets, right? They're not super eager to pick this up. Otherwise, last year that Obi-Wan and Anakin San Diego Comic Con exclusive like was super hard to get. I got it because I was physically at San Diego Comic Con, and even I had a hard time. But this is the other Black Series, which is also an exclusive, by the way, not a San Diego Comic Con exclusive, but this is from the movie. Slight variation on the canon, for example. Aside from that, it's very, very much the same. Different figure, of course. Same price, $80 across both of them. And then you got the vintage collection version, also of the Imperial Remnant from the Mandalorian Grogu, and that one is $68. So yeah, from what I've seen on the reviews of this one, at least, it looks really, really good. So I am glad I ordered that one. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be ordering the Mandalorian one. Uh, Action Joe Felix saying, hello, everyone. What's going on, man? Thanks so much for coming in. Hey, Action Joe, this OBP, that entity might definitely hit Ross. Yeah, now I think about it. Yeah, sucks what they did to Stevie. Yeah, it was so unfair, man. I felt so bad for him. Of course, I sent him a message, but he's not gonna acknowledge anybody. I'm pretty sure he deleted the app already. I can't wait to finally hunt Ross. Yes, dude, you need to. You need to. Yep. Okay, so rant over again. I just wanted to cover that because, as you know, I am a toy collector. I do buy a lot from Hasbro. A lot less, I'll tell you that. A lot less, but still, my main lines are from Hasbro. So, and like I said, I had the privilege of hanging out with Mr. Steve. Last San Diego Comic Con. Okay, now moving on to other things. Let's talk about D23 that happened last weekend, and we got quite a bit of stuff out of that. And man, it yeah. I'm glad we got something because um Star Wars had been not so great, not so great in terms of upcoming, in terms of announcements, in terms of things to look forward to, honestly. D23 has done some of that, but I do have thoughts on it. But first of all, let's cover what they did announce, and then I will talk about it a little bit. So this is from StarWars.com page. So everything D23 Star Wars. So first and foremost, we got Ahsoka season 2 trailer, and we got a release date of January 20th, 2027. Now, to be honest with you, that is earlier than I expected. After they announced they were gonna, move it over to 2027. Where am I going? Let's do this. There we go. That's better. Um, so when they announced that Ahsoka season 2 was not going to come out in 2026, it was going to be pushed over to 2027. I honestly thought they were going to push it all the way to April. Why? To coincide with Star Wars Celebration of next year. And I thought we were basically going to have a premiere at Celebration. Now, that doesn't seem to be the case because it was announced that the release date is January 20th of 2027. However, um, I don't know if they will show us something else at Celebration. They kind of need to be honest. From January 20th to what is it, the beginning of April, that's what, 2 solid months. So I doubt that we're getting, that we're getting as many episodes on season 2 of Ahsoka to fill that gap. What I'm trying to say is, I think it's far fetched to say that we will see the Ahsoka season finale at a Celebration. I don't know. Maybe if they stretch it out to just one episode a week, and yeah, but even then we would need what, like 12 episodes or something like that. I don't think any of the live action shows has done such long quantity. I don't know. Maybe it would happen. But anyway, the important part is that we got a January 20th, 2027 release. What are you guys saying? We watch the trailer here very quickly. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to see it, I'm gonna give you like 10 seconds to jump out of the stream and just come back in like a minute or minute and a half, and then we're gonna be talking about it here in general.
Tell me, Ahsoka. What troubles you? I am always walking by your side.
Force Ghost.
Citizens of the glorious empire, I have returned.
His hair looks so much better.
I took an oath to protect the empire. I therefore declare war
Such a great image.
on the Rebel Alliance.
And of course,
Out of vision. What did you see? More.
I love that.
More and more danger than I thought.
Balin claimed to have knowledge of a power.
Master!
One that could end wars.
A long time ago, I walked away from the Jedi.
This is your trial, Ahsoka. Take your time to decide. Are you a Jedi? Or not?
All right. So that looks amazing. Of course, that looks super, super fun. But I'm gonna try not to go on a big rant here. But everything that was exciting to me about the trailer, they didn't really have to do with Ahsoka. Which season 1, and you guys can go watch, go back and watch my my debrief for that. Season 1, in my opinion, that was the not a problem necessarily, but that was something I wasn't too keen on. That Ahsoka just kept taking the backseat to her own show. And this trailer tells me we're gonna get more of the same. Yes, Anakin is talking to Ahsoka, but come on, when Anakin is there, you're only listening to Anakin. The initial, images are basically the war with the Night Sisters and the Death Troopers. Well, I don't know what to call them anymore. Zombie Troopers, I guess. And then we go into Clone Wars flashback. So again, not Ahsoka, not current Ahsoka anyway. More about Anakin. I'm pretty excited about Thrawn finally, being at war. So season 1, he was kind of nerfed because, okay, that's fine. He's not the full-fledged villain yet of the story. But here he kind of has to be. Okay, so I love the way they're showing, him actually with a fleet, being threatening, all that stuff. But again, everything that looked awesome to me had almost nothing to do with Ahsoka. Like, like Seb and Ezra being reunited. Uh, Ezra, fighting Enoch, fighting with the Starfighters, like all of that stuff looks amazing. But all the Ahsoka stuff was like meh. Now, I like to believe that's on purpose, right? They're like, hey, here's all of the spectacle, and we're gonna save the actual, you know, the meat of it. We're gonna save it for the actual show. I hope. I really hope. Because otherwise, it's gonna be a gorgeous show. We know that. It's gonna be action packed. We know that. But the story, right? Where's the story? And this is Filoni's baby, so I have very, very high expectations. As always, let me know down in the comments if you agree or if you think I'm just completely off into the woods. But let's keep talking about the stuff here. So of course, they took to the stage, very, very cool. And then we got Star Wars Starfighter, and of course, Sean Levi and Ryan Gosling came out and kind of gave us the logo, which is this one here. I kind of like the retro vibes. I'm not gonna lie. That Starfighter, wording and with the like metallic lettering reminds me of what was that? Was it the first or second like Transformers? That they kind of did that. So yeah, not a huge reveal, I would say. It is cool to see. We already know when it's releasing, May of next year. But I think the biggest news out of Starfighter actually came after their panel, right? Was it before? I think it's after. Um, because Sean Levi actually, Levy, Sean, director Sean, gave us Ryan Gosling's name, his character name, which is Kate Oberon. And I saw it. I saw the clip of him saying Kate Oberon, and so I immediately took to Google, and turns out it's spelled differently. So, and what I mean differently from Kate Skywalker, right? So, this, of course, Wikipedia already has it, but yeah, Kate Oberon, right? And then there was Kate with a C, Kate Skywalker, right? Which is a descendant of Luke Skywalker a couple hundred years into the future. And he had, fun times, especially with Darth Talon. If you haven't read those books, there's great videos out there summarizing them. But so I got excited when I heard the name Kate, and I jumped on it, and then I guess I was expecting too much. So it's Kate Auburn. But we got a look, we got a trailer for it. It looks great, of course, and I think it's gonna be a fun movie. I hope it's gonna be a fun movie. This one I'm actually okay with not knowing much about. I'm ready to be surprised. Okay, I kind of need to be surprised, to be honest. So I'm okay not knowing much. This one comes out, in May. So so after Celebration, maybe they'll give us a sneak peek at Celebration. I'm kind of hoping, not sure, but yeah, I really hope that that this one pulls what Mandalorian and Grogu couldn't, and I do mean that in both terms of excitement and money. All right, Star Wars needs to make money. Okay, just in general. All right, been ranting quite a bit. Let me jump back here into the chat. OBP says, I'm hoping the Ahsoka season 2 doesn't tie up the story and we get a movie in the theaters to finish it. I hope so too, but they gotta go a different route than they did for Mandalorian and Grogu. That was a very expensive movie for not a great return, right, on investment. So if they do an Ahsoka movie, my expectations are going to be way higher. Actually, Joe Fix says, to me, Rosario Dawson comes across as boring as Ahsoka, and taking on Thrawn without Luke might be a problem. Well, see, that's the thing, because I don't know where Ahsoka is in this whole thing, but at least at the end of season 1, she was in a whole other galaxy, right? So at least at the beginning, she's not even gonna be fighting Thrawn. She's not even gonna be involved. Um, they have to address Luke. Okay, they it wouldn't make sense for Thrawn to be such a big of a threat as he is, right, to the New Republic, and Luke not addressing it. Now, they might, do the simple thing and be like, oh yeah, Luke is lost. It's somewhere, right? He's in Acto, something like that. Like he's cut off. But if they just explain it, it's gonna have to be a great explanation of why Luke is not active. And if they show it, same thing, right? It's gonna have to be like, I don't know, like they set him up, he got captured somehow, he got frozen in carbonite, like something. You need to shelve him, because remember, Luke is a beast. All right, at this point in the story, anybody goes up against him, they're losing basically immediately. So yeah, you can't use Luke. That's the problem. But we all know he's around, right? And everybody knows he's around. Everybody's expecting him. So yeah, you either shelf him until the finale, or you do a great job of explaining why he's not going to be active. I don't know. It's tough. Okay, I do not envy those writers. OBP says, General, that's a good point. They kind of did the same thing to yeah, exactly, exactly. Did they ever cover Thrawn's death in the books or comics? I believe so. At least in the original ones back in the 90s, they did. I believe he got sort of betrayed and murdered by by Rook, his what would we call him? His bodyguard type of thing. Um, Rook was from a warrior species, and they were super loyal to the Empire, and so he was super loyal to Thrawn. But then I believe it was Leia who told them or showed him that it was actually the Empire who had poisoned his planet and killed off most of his people. So that's when he turned against them, and he murdered Thrawn. I think he stabbed him, if I remember correctly. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're going that way. So Star Wars Starfighter, like I said, looking good, looking fun. I thought we got. Let me see. I thought we had a trailer. Mm, yeah. Okay. So we did. We did not. I think one was shown, but maybe it wasn't meant to be shared. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think if you want to see it, you can find it fairly easily. But I don't think it's meant to be shown. So I think yeah, I don't think it's meant to be shown just yet. So we might not be able to show it here, just in case. But yeah, you can find it pretty easily. Also, any Marvel fans out there, there were some crazy trailers for Avengers Doomsday, and then for Vision Quest, which I did not know was a thing. I'm so behind on Marvel, and that's on purpose because I lost interest on the grand majority of it, except for Spider-Man. Spider-Man is amazing. Go watch it. OVP says, I'm still trying to finish Heir to the Empire books. Nice. Yeah. Hey, you still got time. You still got time. You got the rest of the year, basically. I do expect, or hope, I should say, that they'll use some elements from those books for the show, and they have to. I mean, there's no way around some of that stuff. Okay. So yeah, we got another bit of news that I forgot to mention is that we actually got um a sort of confirmation, I guess, kind of, but not really, that Maul Shadowlord season 2 is coming back next year already, which, to be honest with you, is freaking fast in my opinion. So to me, they already knew they were gonna get a second season way before it was announced, um, because there's no way they made a whole second season after the first one ended, and it's ready in like a year. Those things take like 2 years at least. So yeah, so Mole Shadow Lord season 2 should be coming up next year. I don't believe we have an actual date for it, so just be on the lookout for that. I'm sure they will publish that, soon-ish. And then the last one, and probably my favorite one, didn't come out of D23. It came out today from an article on Variety. But my man, Ewan McGregor, apparently was doing some pitching to one little guy known as Dave Filoni as to what Obi-Wan could or should be doing, in his next season. So it's no secret that Ewan McGregor wants to come back as Obi-Wan, and it's no secret that I absolutely need him to. Okay, it's got to happen. It just has to happen. Okay, but in an article in Variety, he basically said that he was at the set of Ahsoka, and he remember he's married to Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who plays Hera Syndulla. And so this is the part that maybe somebody can explain to me. I don't know if Ewan was just visiting the set and just happened to talk to Filoni, like he was just visiting, his wife at work, or if he was filming Ahsoka as Obi-Wan, right? But the point is that he basically said that he told Filoni, there's got to be something for me out there. And he mentioned, maybe Obi-Wan tries to reconnect with Yoda or tries to help him in a sense or in a mission. He also told him, something about a love story between Obi-Wan and Hera Syndulla, of course, making, I think, a little bit of fun that the fact, of course, that the actors are married in real life. And he did went on to say that might be a little bit more of a multiverse type of story, right? Because the timelines don't quite add up. There's quite a bit of an age gap there. I just thought, it was funny that he would bring that up. So it didn't really sound like Filoni said, "Yeah, no, we're working on it." I can't. I cannot wait to see him again. We have to see him again. It just has to happen. Yes, I hope that he gets a season 2 or a movie, or at this point give him. You know what? Here it is. Here it is. Let me do this. Okay, here it is. Here's what you do. You give him a half a movie, kind of like the way they did with Punisher. What is that last kill? Is that it? I might be getting the name wrong, but the one that came out just before Spider-Man. You give him one of those, okay? Give him one of those, just about Obi-Wan. In a solo mission, okay? It doesn't have to be Luke, doesn't have to be Leia, maybe not even Vader, okay? Maybe not even. So you you give him, like an hour of like a very long episode, let's say, with like movie value production, and he does his thing, okay? And we get to see him do his thing, and we love him for that. And then you use the character in Ahsoka, in flashbacks, in other projects, right? Maybe you don't give him another show. Again, kind of like Punisher, right? But you use the character, you keep him alive, you keep Ewan alive, not alive, sorry, busy, with it, like, so he only gets to be like more improving. And then you give us a movie, kind of like with Spider-Man, right? Kind of like with Spider-Man, where Punisher, I freaking loved Punisher in Spider-Man. Okay, like them two together, pure joy. All right, pure joy. They had such chemistry. More than I hate to say it, but more than Daredevil and Punisher. All right, yeah, Spidey and Punisher. Give me a movie of just them, just talking about chili recipes. Okay, that's all I need. That's all I need. So yeah, Oh, looky, Brian. What's going on, hermano? Can deny or confirm. Oh, hey, as long as you're not denying, I'm happy. I am happy. So, like I said, yes, Ewan McGregor has to come back. I don't know how they're gonna do it, when, but it's gotta happen. All right, the man wants to do it. The man should do it. The man is the right age to do it. So please, please, let him cook. Okay, let him cook. At this point, give him a freaking love story with Hera. Who cares, man? I'll watch him do just about anything. All right. So, yeah, yeah, I'm I'm excited about that one. At the possibilities. Okay, so I think that is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you all for hanging out and like I said, talking about what all went out for D23. I will say everything that was announced, we kind of knew. Of course, we didn't know the actual release date for Ahsoka, but we know Ahsoka season 2 is coming. We hadn't seen a trailer, but we knew a trailer was gonna be awesome. Okay, let's not kid ourselves there. All right, the trailers are always awesome. We know about Starfighter, and yeah, what I'm trying to say is they didn't really show much new stuff, and maybe that's okay. All right, maybe that's the move. If you guys remember before, we would get Kathleen Kennedy, and not to beat on a dead horse, but we would get her on stage and she would announce 25 movies, right? Out of which none were made. And one was turned into a series and it didn't do that great. So maybe they're starting to course correct there a little bit. And they're like, you know what? We're not announcing anything that's not like has something filmed for it. And I don't know, as much as I like, the excitement of what's to come, maybe this is what we need right now. Maybe we need a little bit more confirmation before you start getting us excited. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you think that's the right strategy for Disney, right? Don't announce anything until it's actually happening, until you have people at the studio with cameras on. Maybe. So, not a whole lot of buzz aside from Ahsoka, of course, which looks amazing, looks super fun. But like I said, I do have my reservations about. But no new projects is what I'm trying to say. No new projects announced. And again, maybe that's not a bad thing this year. Maybe we save that for next year. Next year, 50th anniversary, I expect great things. I really, really hope they take care of us fans because we need a win. Okay, we need to be rewarded at this point. If I'm being honest, okay. But as always, let me know down in the comments, what do you think was the best announcement out of D23? What are you most looking forward to, and what do you think might be the next surprise that we get at Celebration? Is it gonna be the end of Ahsoka? Is it gonna be a preview of Starfighter, or a whole other thing we haven't even thought about? So I would always appreciate it if you leave us a like on this live stream as well, so that the mythical YouTube algorithm knows that we're doing a good job here and keeps us on the air. So let me talk here for the last few comments. Very cool. Yeah, man, I'm so excited. I hope it introduces Florida next year. Oh, that'd be nice. Frankie, what's going on, man? Hello there, General. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Finish reading the books. Yes. Totally agree. Don't announce stuff unless it's 90% gonna happen. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Frankie, thanks. So thank you again, Bunker Bunch. Really, really appreciate you. Stay tuned. Like I said, next week I'm off. Not off. I am working, actually the opposite of off. I'm working nights on Wednesday. So maybe Tuesday we come on here and we talk, even if it's for a little bit. As always, I appreciate you joining. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, go watch, or I guess go read Heir to the Empire. Let's start getting prepared for Ahsoka. So thank you again. Oh, also don't forget to follow us on social media at Facebook. It's General Kenobi's Bunker, all one word. On Instagram, general.kenobis.bunker. We're also on TikTok, general_kenobis_bunker, and on Threads, general.kenobis.bunker. bunker. Okay, now that is going to do it. Thank you again for everybody for joining us, and I will catch you on the next one. Love y'all.